What I want to do is say a big thank you to everybody who's turning on to the Senate Democrats' Facebook page and following this debate about Judge Gorsuch. And I particularly want to let folks know that this is about the rights of workers. This is about the rights of women to make their own decisions about their health care. And it's the rights of all Americans over large corporations that we are fighting for. And what I have been particularly concerned about is Judge Gorsuch has shown a lack of respect for the rights of individuals to make decisions about their own lives without interference from the state. This includes respecting the rights of voters to enact laws like Oregon's own Death with Dignity law, which the voters of my home state have passed twice at the polls. In fact, Judge Gorsuch wrote an entire chapter of a book, a whole book, that opposed death with dignity, and there was a chapter and verse discussion of why he thought the votes of Oregonians ought to be thrown in the trash can. It's almost like some of these folks say that they're for states' rights, and they give long speeches about how they want to empower the states, but what they really are saying, people like Judge Gorsuch, is they're for states' rights if they think the state is right. And that is a contradiction that we as Senate Democrats don't accept. And the fact is, Judge Gorsuch has a track record of supporting a whole variety of practices that raise very troubling questions. I've been particularly concerned about what we have come to label secret law. When we're talking about national security policy, we know that operations need to be secret, what's called in intelligence sources and methods. But the law always ought to be public. And Judge Gorsuch's work on torture and warrantless wiretapping goes way beyond the difference of legal philosophies. His record, in my view, shows a very distressing lack of independence and a direct opposition to making sure that the law is open and transparent. So you have a nominee who has shown a direct opposition to an individual's right to make their own decisions about some of the most important and personal issues of our time. So I am going to be voting no on this nominee. I'm going to vote to sustain a filibuster, and it's my view that any mainstream nominee ought to be able to meet the 60-vote threshold. So for all of you who are paying attention to the Senate Democrats' Facebook page, we really appreciate your interest. We think that this discussion is one of the most important that's been held in the Senate in a long time. You're going to be hearing from some more of my colleagues here in a moment, but thank you for participating in this special effort of the Senate Democrats.